Hi everyone. So last year I had a brilliant concept for a TGTF game. Now I've had many ideas for different video game genres and stuff like that, but obviously when it came to the TGTF genre, it was a bit different. I only had, I think, a visual novel, and I'm not sure if I had any other TG games, but last year I came across something pretty inspirational. I came across someone's account, which I would say was quite small. I think is still a small account, yet at the same time, it was just so inspirational to me. I don't even know how this makes sense, but when I saw this person's many videos, I was totally just astonished by everything, the aesthetics of the videos, and it inspired me for a new TGTF video game. Sorry, I tried making this video a bunch of times, so obviously I'm going to make a bunch of mistakes. Bear with me. Now, just remember that I want this to be a series, and also, I don't even know if this will ever manifest. As much as it is a good concept, I don't even know if it'll ever manifest because I don't even know what's to come tomorrow. It's quite scary. Throughout the years, it's always been this way. You can't really be happy about something because you know something horrible is going to happen down the line. You have to always be cautious about that. You know, it's a bit obnoxious sometimes, but sometimes it sets you on the right track. Sometimes you feel like, okay, you're stressing out too much. Anyways, let's start off. First things first, I don't really have a name for it, so I'm just going to call it TG Game for now. But obviously, you need a better name for that, and I don't have one. So it's going to be CGI. I think having this to be CGI is just awesome in my opinion. And when it comes to the CGI, I'm going to stick with a more cartoonish look rather than an ultra real look. I've seen TGTF comics that are in a realistic style, and I love it. I love the detail. However, the series I am wanting doesn't require this amount of detail. It requires a more cartoonish style where the characters can be a bit more unrealistic with certain proportions, you know? Obviously, in the real world, you can obviously be unrealistic with different proportions, but you know, for a video game style, I want it to be just a bit more cartoonish. So the age rating would be around 18 or 16. It's not having any kind of nudity, so I think I might fall under 16. There's no sex at all, and okay, so moving on. In each game there will be around like 6 to 7 characters to play as, and just remember that each character will have their own personalities, their own occupations, their own likes, dislikes, and you start off obviously as a male. Makes sense, definitely, it's a TG game. However, when it comes to, realizing you're trans, the player has to actually trigger something. There will be some sort of trigger which the player can do in order for the realization to occur. Otherwise, you'll just be playing as a male. And if the player still wants to play as a male forever, the player still has that choice. But there will be a trigger, and once you trigger it, once you trigger the realization, you then start transitioning. And as you transition, more options of customization for your character and your home will be available. It's like as you keep unlocking stuff, as you keep transitioning, you will unlock stuff. So, yeah. Also, your occupation. When you start off, you'll have one occupation, but then when you start to transition, there'll be more occupation options. Obviously, all of the occupation options will have mini games, and even when it comes to like mini games with um you could say like combing your hair, or you could say like doing some kind of hobby, obviously there's going to be mini games, and the mini game concept is mostly inspired from an old school pet store game. So when I was small, I used to play on those old phones a bunch of video games, but there was one video game that always stood just completely unique. It was a pet store game, and in the pet store game, you ran your own pet shop, and as you ran it, obviously you had to take care of the pets you had, you know, and as you took care of them, there was a mini game. For example, combing the dog. Obviously, you had to like play a mini game. And I can't remember the other animals and the other mini games, but there were a lot of them. And that was such a good game. You don't get games like that anymore, which kind of sucks because all games these days feel more like live service games and they're not fun. But that pet shop game was just so cool because you could actually sell the pets. That was so awesome. But anyways, that game really inspired me for this one too, because to have more mini games for almost every single thing, you know, as I mentioned, if you're combing the hair, there'll be a mini game for that. If you're doing different hobbies, there's a mini game for that. And also, when it comes to like your character, there will be your screen right over here, and obviously you'll be able to like like move your mouse and click upon something, and the character can just like make a sound or react in some way. Now, when it comes to like relationships, obviously, I think there will be many options to choose from, male or female, and maybe in latter games you'll be able to change more of your personalities. Maybe I don't know. I just only have like the base concept of this. Anyways, let me know what you think. I know this looks really, really untidy, but guess what? It's pretty fun. Anyways, let me know what you think about this game. I came across this concept last year, and ever since then, I've been so excited about it. Okay, have a wonderful day.